Hello and welcome everybody to this best of 3 between Cham in the top left and Cure in the bottom right here. We are on 10,000 feet and Cure is making a forward supply depot to try and put on some pressure with the double Rex opening, would be my guess here. That's usually what you see with these forward walls. And he's actually leaving a gap for the add-on as well. Now what's Cham doing? Looks like a regular expand build going up to 17 supply here. And then throwing down a hatchery. Next would be the gas and then the pool here coming in. There's that gas. And last but not least, we see that spawning pool. Boom, there we go. Okay, so Cham going for a regular opening and will be under pressure. Cure might be able to delay the third base a little bit, pressure the creep, and maybe pick off a drone here or there. If you get really lucky, you can sometimes cancel the third base, but that should not be a thing. Like, it used to be what happened, and people did even heavy commitments like bunkers and stuff for Reapers. We've seen all of these things, but that has been falling out of fashion, especially because Zergs now know how to defend it. They usually don't lose the third anymore to that. Let's see. So Cure is gonna go up to 3 Reapers at least here. Still sticking on 1 gas, so you'll throw down that second commands and then probably a third commands, and we'll have to see that next gas timing. Reaper's gonna try to snipe some drones here, but both are gonna be morphed into buildings. Now he is staying on that high ground to potentially get another shot in on one of these drones, or he would actually force a spore crawler, which you don't really want to make at this point. Drones, by the way, they do regenerate life while they're morphing. They don't fill up, but they will regen like the normal regen rate. They're just getting back that health. Now Reaper production has stopped. We see a stop on the production itself. There is the second gas factory coming in, but there's that third CC before anything else comes up next, and we'll see a very economic play here from Cure. Of course, Cham moving out right now to take the third base. He's gonna lose a drone here, and that's a nice snipe here for Cure. Might even be able to take another one. He's gonna get that one. And he will get out with all the Reapers, that's quite nice for him, but he did not notice this drone sneaking out to take that additional base. Didn't make the tackle up on the inside, I like to see that. And 2-1-1 is gonna be what we'll be seeing here from him. That command center, of course. It's gonna pump up that Echo very, very soon. Reapers do kill some Lings and then go out again, and basically just being annoying, and like whatever free damage you can get, it's free damage, right? So yes, even though Zerg units are very expendable, it's still nice to just stifle the growth, right? Whatever trade you can get, you're just gonna take it with these Reapers. Then they're moving in here, so he will now possibly sacrifice those. Speed is done. He could still kill these Lings actually. And the Queens are just going for an intercept. That was not enough Lings to fend off the Reapers. Now they can still two-shot drones here. And they will find a couple more. He's trying to go for the last one. Oh, he actually had a chance there, but he decides to move away with the remaining Reapers. So he will keep 2 alive. And 1 barely at those. Oh, he cancels. I was like, Banshee on the way. But then he cancels the Banshee and makes a Raven. Stim is halfway done, and Cham is moving. I mean, how many did he kill? 14. Imagine if those were 14 more Lings. That's a completely different ball game at that point. The 2 Reaper made it home. They're gonna be like the elite units of the Marine cluster. We have the double engineering bay coming in, and of course after the Raven, I really like the addition of the Raven. We're gonna see the double medevac here come in. But what the Raven does, basically, it provides you some creep clearing for free with no, so you can just keep on dropping mules, and it also does give you the Oh, great! So I think he's just gonna fall back. It's too many queens. But yeah, it also gives you the harassment potential into the main base and natural and wherever you want mineral lines. And he's gonna utilize that first, foremost for the harassment. It seems he's gonna instantly move into the main base here. Might drop a couple auto turrets. The other side, 1-1 upgrades here for melee and the Roach Warren. The Roach Warren is gonna be that safety net to just keep away this next wave of Terran aggression. And in the end, he might want to just go into that Ultralisk style. We have to wait and see though. But yeah, 4th base is going to be taken here right now. He makes the lair at the 3rd base. That's very interesting. It's a little bit exposed though. You can't poke it from the right. He is morphing out some creep though, so it will be a little bit easier to defend. At least needs to be cleared first. There's another auto turret on that Raven. The Queen is gonna survive barely here. Oh boy. Hope it doesn't go back in. No, it's gonna survive. Now this push comes to shove though. Does Cham have enough to defend this? I mean, it's a very powerful timing. 60 Marines, 1 Reaper, and that Stim, and all the Queens just fall. Everything falls apart. There were no roaches yet. Where were the roaches? Where were the roaches? He's making them now. 10 roaches, and that's not gonna help you in this second. You're gonna start to pop you one by one, but if they're not together, he already lost 17 workers. He lost like 7 queens. Yeah, look at that. Look at me counting. And he loses the game, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so let us go into the second map here. This best of 3, and so far Cure is in that lead. That was a very straightforward victory in the first map. Didn't really... I mean, he was snowballing a little bit with the Reapers. He did do some damage, he sniped some drones, he sniped a lot of links, and that's way more than you usually get done. Like, usually they're just there to delay the third, to delay the creep a little bit. It's like a little bit more of a powerful version than the one Reaper, basically. But that play really paid off here for Cure in this last series. Oh, sorry, last map. Now, Cham's defense didn't look that hot. Like, he looked sloppy in the early game. He lost drones, he lost links, he underestimated the Reaper power, he was not in the correct position with his queens. And then he goes into that Ling upgrade style with a Roach Warren, but the Roaches are late for the follow-up push. And in the end, that just simple plain double medevac 60 Marine timing, crushes face, kills all the queens. That's how Beyond used to win all of his TVZs when he won that World Championships in, what was it? I don't know, 2017 or something? Somewhere around there. Maybe 16. 2016, yeah, I think. So, yeah, right? I mean, it's not that new of an idea and the concept and the timing. Cham usually does probably do very well against that, but in the end, in this version or in that last game, it just didn't pay off. Cure's execution was a little bit too good, it seemed, and Cham just fell off there. Now, can he bring it back? Can Cham kind of focus up and get back together a plan here out on the board? This game he will be left alone for quite a while, since we have that command center first into a Reaper very late. So this time the push is gonna be a tiny bit later. I think so. It actually might be different. Yeah, well, I mean, the 3 Reapers are not gonna be there, but that follow-up push might be even earlier. It's definitely gonna be a different timing. So he does scout the 3rd base. He just confirms, hey, are you bailing busting me? Where's your 3rd base? Okay, it's all good. You're not like 2 base layering me. You're not super aggressive muta rushing me, or you're not like, you know, as I said, bailing busting me, link flooding me. So let's make a command center. Command center number 3 here. It does have that double gas coming in. It's gonna place down and starport here very soon. Here we go, 1-1-1 setup. The wall is not completed yet, which is also always a funny thing to see. But yeah, like these builds, they have weaknesses. For example, a link flood. I mean, look at that, you have one Reaper. The weakness is only there though if you don't scout, right? If you see how links are coming, you just make the walls, you just evacuate to the high ground, and you just proceed with your build normally, and everything's fine. But like a Bailing Boss could be an aggressive, like a potential win strategy in this particular build matchup. Of course, nothing of those sorts are happening here. Cham has been a heavy muter user, but not really in this matchup. It's more in his ZVZ. But I wouldn't hate to see a few muters roaming about here. Alien Reaper coming in. I'm gonna try to snipe some drones here. He will not get the first one. That's a good save there on those two drones. Very good defense so far here from our Zerg player. And that looked very flawless. Oh boy, look at that. 3 links for 2 Hellions and a Reaper. That's the completely turnaround from that last game where he lost like 12 links and, I don't know, 4 drones to 3 Reapers. And he even didn't kill the 3 Reapers. He killed 1. Now this game we do have the Cloaked Banshee, so no Raven. It's a different game. But there's still gonna be a Roach Warren again. The Evo Chambers are gonna be later though. Last game he had the Evo Chambers first, he had them started upgrading, and then he made the Roach Warren. Maybe he forgot the Roach Warren, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe that was the reason why it was so late. This time though he's gonna place that down before the Evos, so he will have that access to the more beefy defensive unit in that case for himself. Now Banshee of course and Hellions are gonna be okay in dealing. I mean, Banshees are gonna be amazing against Roaches. I like the Viking here. The Poled Viking, it's back. Poled, he's inside. This cockpit, it's where Poled is. Posturing to take another base here. Hellions try to move in. Lynx are going for a surround with the queens. They do get into a very good position. Still though, 4 Hellions do make it in. Now what can you get done into the main base? Very nice Evo wall here. And the Hellions not gonna find the correct angle. Oh my! Wow, that could have been even worse. It is 3 drones still. This is not the worst, but man, that was like a quite big moment there in the end. Oh boy, we see MECH here from Cure, so this is gonna be and something I guess prompted, I guess maybe the Viking or something, I don't know, prompted Cham not to go into the link side, so he is playing a Roach style for now. He needs to get that Roach speed fired up here. There we go. But this is gonna work out in his favor for a little bit, because you will be playing against MECH and you don't really want to play Lings against Blue Flame Hellions, do you? Now Banshee speed is coming in. We are sitting at 3 Banshees. Is going to be a 4th in production as well. The Overseer will see those and he will see the speed. He will think, man, they're fast. Ferrari Banshees. And indeed they are very fast. Now he might want to add a few spores in his mineral lines. Also they do have cloak. That's gonna be a few dead drones transfer in. Oh, that's even more dead drones transfer in. That's even more dead drones transfer in. And the panic spore crawlers are a little bit late. The thing is, you can kind of just outrun the queens. Oh, we almost killed that queen. That was very good pullback there from Cham, keeping that one alive. So you can outrun the queens, which is quite nice for the Banshees, of course. And the queens are gonna have such a tough time catching up. That's why he's making so many spores right now, but that's a lot of spores, and there's not that many Banshees. Clearing out some creep here with these Banshees. There's a 4th Banshee. I think he stopped at 4, right? Yeah, he's making a Raven next, so that's gonna be it for now on the Banshee department. We do still see more MECH units here. Double upgrades already coming in from MECH. Tank MECH is it gonna be here, and yeah man, in these moments I'm always a little bit sad that there was no muter commitment. I mean, what does shoot up from the Terran? Let's have a look. These 2. They can fight air, and I guess you can include the Raven with one auto turret. Of course, I know he can make Thors, which he's doing right now. He can also add in Cyclones if he needs some stuff. He can make turrets. He's making. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I thought for a second he would be making a command center over there, like in a hidden plane, hidden side, just like bold on the map. We've seen. I think the last time I've really seen that being toyed with a lot more with 3 players who would just pressure and just not make the command centers at home. Like they would add a command center at home and just one on the location, and then it would just expand rapidly. Those were TY, Special, and Maru. They kind of like to play that style in TVZ a lot. Now times have shifted a little bit. We don't see that super aggressive control style with that super aggressive expansion style that much anymore, because Zergs have been becoming way better at counterattacking during those high pressure situations. The Viking is starting to die here to the Spore. I'm a little bit sad. Tanks to siege up. Can Cham survive this? He does have a very good surround, but that's so much firepower here in his army. A little bit stacked though on the tanks is gonna be very nice for the Biles. I think Cham might just have enough to barely break this. Barely break this. There's more Hellions coming in. It's a 1-1 mech push. And he barely does not break it. But that Thor is a little bit too aggressive there for my taste. To have that one tank trying to siege up a little bit closer. He's actually pulling back. And in the meantime, Cham was expanding. So it's not like, even if he loses the space, it wouldn't be the biggest of deals. But yeah, like he can lose one base and still be fine. But if it's gonna be 2 bases or like a crucial position, that's gonna be a rough one. +2 upgrades did just finish here for Cham, so that's very nice. He's gonna have Hydra. He's playing very Ling Hydra heavy. I'm not sure if I like that against the mech composition. There's a reason why roaches are decent against mech, and it's because they are rather cheap, while they still provide good utility and speed and health. I guess against Thormech it might be better to go heavy Ling, but the Hellions, the Halberds do have that covered, so I'm not really sure if I like the idea. Banelings coming in, of course, could be great against the Halberds. Throw them up. 2 upgrades on the way here, plus 2 weapons. It's gonna finish very soon. Man, that Halberd nearly dodged death there. Slowly crawling forward here with the siege tanks. Hive on the way, but still halfway out. Of course, Vipers are your best friend here in this situation. Another good angle here from Cham, but maybe this tank line is just a little bit too deep. Not enough links to tank in the front here. The Halberds did do their job and provide the wall that was necessary. Now we do have a bunch of Vikings. They could even land and join the fight. The tanks are just too massive here in the background. Too many. And +2 was finished up for Kyo just during that fight. So that also did not help our Zerg player here. And this push seems to be unstoppable, unbreakable. We do have a big mule hammer being dropped over here. Another command center finished up over here. And one over here. A big transfer. The base is down for the Zerg. And GG is called. Kyo is just gonna take that game. GG, well played. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Remember to subscribe and like. Thanks. Peace.